Hey folks, this is Matt aka Slash. Welcome back to another open source game review. Today we're going to take a look at Scorched 3D. Here's the website, www.scorched3d.co.uk. This is a very cool 3D tank battle game. If you're familiar with Worms or any of those types of games where you take turns adjusting angle and power to blow each other up, this is that kind of game. It's played on a 3D battlefield with fully destructible terrain. So the terrain will, adjust as you go along. As you blow stuff up, things actually blow up, which is very nice. You don't see enough of that in games, I don't think. So we're gonna start a game against some bots here. Right now, I'm just picking my name, my tank color. Oh, I can pick an avatar. Oh, let's be Yoda. And we'll be in an ATST. And the game that's going to fire up here is Annihilate Everybody, Free for All. And it said game type turn simultaneous, no wait. What that means is everybody's going to aim simultaneously, and after everybody's locked in their shot, all shots will fire simultaneously. So let's go ahead, let's start out on defense and grab some parachutes, because that's a good thing to have. That way you don't take fall damage if the world gets blown out from underneath you. And then as far as weapons are concerned, I'm going to get this Spread Merv, because that's a pretty powerful set of weapons. And I'm going to get some of these tracers, because they're a little... Well, actually, they're kind of worthless, but I have them now anyway. They don't do any damage, but they can help you track down your angles. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get a Heavy Riot Bomb as well. This won't do any direct damage to tanks, but it will destroy the terrain around the tanks. So let's jump into the game. Now, up here, you can control which parts of the UI show up. So, like, here's an aim window that allows us to control everything with the mouse as opposed to using the keyboard. There's a secondary camera that you can have turned on. And you can drag these things around at will, so that's pretty cool. You can rotate the map by clicking and holding down the right mouse button. There's a ship out there. You can move your perspective by holding the left mouse button, and you can zoom with the scroll wheel, either scrolling with it or clicking and holding while you move up and down. So who should we go after first here? Well, over here, this is our wind direction, blowing this way across the island. And that adjusts as I adjust my perspective so that I can tell which way the wind's blowing at all times. And then this is a top-down tactical view, and we can sort of move ourselves around. The camera is represented by these arrows. So let's get ourselves sort of lined up here. So you can see our angle of rotation is here, and it represents that as a number from 0 to 360. Or do they do minus instead? No, it looks like it's 0 to 360. What happens when I go back around to 0? Does it... Yeah, there we go. So why the plus sign? That I have to ask about. What's the point of having a plus sign if it's always a positive number? Anyway, we're going to aim a little bit to the right to adjust for the wind. And we're going to keep that elevation. I think we're going to drop the power down to about 700. So elevation you adjust with the up-down keys. I'm pressing up and the elevation is going down, which is odd, especially as I checked the settings earlier, and it says that to increase elevation you press up. That is not increasing though. So I don't know what the deal is with that. So be aware of that. You might want to remap those keys when you play. And now to fire, I press spacebar. And all the shots go off simultaneously. And that was a really close shot there. It's a little bit to the right, it looks like. So we'll just tap over here to the left. And we'll decrease our power a little bit more to about there, say. And let's go ahead and try one of these other things. We're going to go to the tracers now. And fire. So that's just a little dot, and that actually hit the mountain there, so that's no good. So we're going to have to bump the power up a little bit more to get over the mountain. Alright, that wasn't too bad, but it seems like we went a little bit too far to the left, so I'm going to hold shift down and press right, and that goes much slower. So let's try that angle. And we can watch over here as well and see how it goes. That's pretty darn close. Oh, but he just got... Oh no, he killed somebody else. That's fine. Alright, let's switch to... How about the spread Merv? We'll just go all out. So that shot will spread at the pinnacle of its jump. Or at the pinnacle of its jump. At the pinnacle of its launch. I don't think we got really much of a hit on him, did we? Or maybe we did. He's smoking pretty bad. Let's switch back to regular missiles. Let's see how close we get. He is hurting really bad. I'm gonna try out the riot bomb and see how well that works. Adjusting. There we go. Down he goes. When you're playing against the bots, they put these random little utterances into this chat log that I don't find entertaining at all. They're very... I mean, they're very canned responses because it is a bot. But I don't get the humor in them a lot of times. They just don't make me laugh. So I can turn that off right here and move on. Getting these other two guys is actually going to be pretty tricky. Switch to the tracer, power up quite a bit. I'm going after this guy. Actually, that was pretty much dead on. Now, he's got some sort of shield around him, and I'm curious to see what effect that's going to have. Yeah, I didn't really have any impact on him at all. I'm going to hold shift down to do a minor adjustment to my power. And give that another try. Here it comes. Okay. Now, I hit here and I hit here, which are basically, you know, on either side of them. So I kind of want to average those two, go with a power sort of in between. And he hasn't taken any damage of any sort yet. So what I can do here is if I click on this, it shows me what my previous set of settings were in the game. So I changed 25, so let's go with a change of 13 back in the other direction, or thereabouts. Close enough. And let's see if that does the job. I'm not sure what this dot here is. Boing! Excellent. So now what's he at? His shield is down to half strength. So we're just going to keep pummeling him. While he is distracted by the other guy. Shields down! Just for fun, we're going to use the spread Merv, even though we've got a good target on him, just because I want to see a lot of destruction. Oh, his shields came back up. Dang it. Ah, but I did some fall damage to him, so he took damage even though his shields were still up. So that might be a useful tactic. Let's fire off the riot bomb instead. Haha! Success. Oh, and on death, this guy is shooting off a whole bunch of stuff. Trying to get revenge. But you can see that this is the part of the game that I think really makes it. This fully destructible terrain, how things are actually blowing up and leaving craters. I mean, you don't get that very often. I think that's an amazing addition to the game. Or an amazing feature, I suppose. It's not really an addition. As far as I know, it's been in Scorched 3D from the beginning. It'd be kind of silly for it not to have been. Alright, we gotta aim... That's more or less straight at Mozart. We gotta aim a little bit more to the right. Let's try that. And let's switch to the tracer and see how well we do. Not bad. Oh, what happened? Oh, we've exceeded the number of moves for that round. It said move 16 of 15, so that's why it stopped. So this is a different kind of terrain here. It's all randomly generated. In addition to these sort of island maps, there are also maps that have like active volcano type stuff where there's stuff raining down on the map that may cause you damage other than your fellow players. There are also ones that take place in caves, which can make aiming very difficult because you might just hit the ceiling. Well, I think that's going to do it for this open source game review. Just wanted to give you a quick look, and as much fun as it is, there's not a whole lot more to cover. All the different weapons and types of defenses and stuff are things that you can probably look up on their website, so I'm not going to go into each one in detail. Overall, I would say that this is a very fun game. I've mainly played it single player. I think it would be a lot of fun to play multiplayer. Other than the stupid comments that the bots make and the fact that the elevation controls are working the opposite of what the game settings suggest they should, I would say that this game is very well put together and very entertaining. And because the settings options allow you to scale back the graphics pretty far, you could probably run this on any kind of hardware, on any kind of system. It just might not necessarily look as pretty as you'd want. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative, and we will see you next time.